90 Day Fiancé Season 10, where the couples ended up. Here's where all the romantic hopefuls currently stand. 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 was a landmark season for the TLC reality series, easily delivering as much drama as any batch of episodes before it. It's one that fans will likely revisit with their Max subscription for years, thanks to more than a few memorable storylines that played out amongst the Season 10 cast. Now that the dust has settled, we can finally confirm which couples are still together after this season and which ones are currently split. Below, we'll dig into the status of each couple who was featured in 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 to the best of our abilities. This includes any relevant updates that may have been reported on in the weeks/months after the tell-all was filmed, so be aware there are some mild spoilers on the table. Ashley and Manuel, married. I originally thought Manuel and Ashley Michelle weren't even serious about marriage, but the 90 Day Fiancé couple proved me wrong in the end. While the weather wasn't ideal, they were married on the beach, and even made some further strides in the form of Manuel introducing her to more of his family back in Ecuador. So they're still together in matrimony, and while the tell-all suggested problems weren't entirely avoided, it seems they're both genuinely invested in working through the issues they have to make the marriage successful. It also helps that Ashley is fluent in Spanish and can effectively communicate with Manuel, which prevents avoidable miscommunications. That may seem like a no-brainer to casuals, but Season 90 Day fans are aware it's not at all uncommon for cast members to not speak in their spouse's native tongue. Nick and Devin, married. Devin Hoofman and Nick Ham were also in 90 Day Fiancé Season 10, though viewers may be forgiven for forgetting about this pair, as their storyline only took up an early chunk of season before getting resolved, possibly because their drama wasn't quite as intense as other couples. Their biggest problem was that Korean-born Nick kept calling Devin Piggy as a nickname, which her parents thought was an offensive way of teasing her about her weight. While that was certainly a problem, it appears inappropriate pet names weren't enough to stop these two from showing up at that tell-all still happily married. The fact they've been able to hide out in the background for most of the follow-up installment is somewhat indicative of how little drama they dealt with alongside other couples. If it were me in their position, I'd definitely consider that a good thing. Jino and Jasmine, married. Jino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pineda experienced all their usual drama in Season 10, though with some added differences. Jasmine being in the United States was certainly an adjustment, and Jino's secret bachelor party was a source of unending tension. Despite all that, they made their way down the aisle and even dropped the shocking announcement revealing their goal of conceiving a child. While random internet speculation of late points to Jino and Jasmine breaking up, I'm not sure I'd buy it. Veteran 90-day couples are often quite skilled at tricking fans through social media updates, and we've seen Jasmine rage out plenty of times on 90 Day Fiancé. I have to believe that if her and Jino's relationship was truly over, she wouldn't be able to hold back on social media, regardless of any show-based consequences for doing so. With that said, I will reiterate this is speculation, and that there are only potential signs of trouble in paradise, though that's often the case with these two. Rob and Sophie, married. Rob Warren and Sophie Sierra were one of Season 10's youngest couples, and one of the few that had issues almost immediately. Beyond the fact that Rob didn't have a bathroom in his apartment, Sophie also discovered he'd been exchanging nude pictures with another woman, which caused her to temporarily move out. Despite that and some troubles between her mom and Rob, the couple celebrated their own beach wedding at the season's end. I'll confess it's pretty surprising that we not only saw Rob and Sophie wed in Season 10 of 90 Day Fiancé, but that they're still together in the tell-all. It seemed like when other cast members were shooting their shot with Sophie on social media and confirmed they were no longer together, but it looks like she and Rob fooled us. We'll have to see what's going on with them in future seasons, as they are confirmed for the cast of Happily Ever After, Season 8. Clayton and Ali, married. Clayton Clark prepared for a life with Ali Vallijos before arriving in the United States, though it's safe to say it might have not been what she expected. His apartment was loaded with pets, as well as his mother, who was sleeping in the closet of the one-bedroom apartment. As a result, the couple struggled to find moments to be intimate, and after Ali was hesitant to reveal her relationship to her father, there were serious questions about whether this couple was meant to be. Clayton and Ali's wedding news was outed ahead of the episode, but it didn't make the situation any less dramatic. Everything concerning the bachelorette party stripper loomed over the ceremony, and there's still the issue of Ali not quite getting along with Clayton's mother. The couple confirmed in the tell-all that they had moved since the show, and confirmed that Mama did so right along with them. I'm sure that will be a point of tension in future storylines, should they return in the future. Nikki and Justin. Broken up. Nikki Sanders and Igor Justin Shutenkov were together on and off for over a decade and were looking to take their relationship to the next level for audiences. While Nikki's trip to Moldova wasn't entirely stress-free, it seemed like they were ready for her to start the K1 visa process when she returned home. Then, in a surprising twist, they broke up as Nikki was filming her final interviews for the season. Early signs pointed toward Nikki and Justin still being together following the episode about their intimacy issues, but that turned out to be false, and the tell-all confirmed that they were no longer together. To be honest, it seems like it's for the best based on what little audiences learned to date, which centered on Justin feeling like he could no longer be with a trans woman. Sam and Citra. Married. Sam Wilson was madly in love with Citra, but his past arrest tied to his drug addiction threatened their life together in the United States. Even when Sam converted to Islam and received her father's blessing for the marriage, he still had to worry about whether or not he'd see jail time. Fortunately, it seems he avoided jail time, and they've been happily married since. Sam and Citra will return in 90 Day Fiancé. Happily Ever After, Season 8, and we now know why, thanks to the tell-all. They revealed to host Sean Robinson that Citra is pregnant, so we'll get to see a baby on the way soon enough. 90 Day Fiancé is finished for the season, but those looking to revisit it can do so on Max and Discovery+. I can't wait to see what's next for all these cast members, regardless of how their stories played out, and hope we'll get to see them again in future seasons.